Hey, what's up guys, Lindsay here. I've been dying to talk about this comic for like a month, I just haven't got around to it, but whatever. I don't even want to show the cover yet, I gotta talk about it. Okay, so my comic shop, what they'll do is on Tuesday, they write down all the comics they're gonna get Wednesday. They put it on their Facebook, so I always check that out to see what's coming in. My comic shop is kind of small, so I don't get everything, but whatever. And I saw a book called Assassinistas. And I like to read stuff in Spanish, so I was like, oh, cool, a Spanish language comic. I never would have thought they had that. So I was like, oh, dude, I'm going to check that out. And I looked it up. And oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Let me just show you the cover. Look. Okay, let's all just start. We need to start equating the black crown symbol with hot, steamy immigrant garbage. I don't know why immigrant garbage is worse, but it is. Not racist, but just imagine like Korean kimchi. Ugh, a lot of that. Look at this fucking cover. Look at it. Look at this. The fuck is this? What is it? Okay. Oh my god. First of all, Assassinistas is not a real Spanish word. It's like a slang word. Because I know asesino, or asesina, or matador, matadores. Matador literally translates to killer. I learned that quite a few years ago. So it's a slang Spanish word. That's not even my gripe about this. Look at this. Just, let's all take it in. What is this fucking garbage? It's like, I don't even understand. This comic is so fucking stupid and bad. I don't even believe that these are the names of the people who made it. I think they're pseudonyms. Because this shit doesn't make any sense. It's just like so... There's no shading, really, except on her. There's some shading. Everything's a solid color. It's like shitty illustration. Oh, okay. Now, let's look at this lady. Now, I don't know if this is a reference. Possibly, maybe it's just me putting my own experience on this. I think this is supposed to be like a Patty Hearst character. And if you don't know who Patty Hearst is, Patty Hearst was like some sort of heiress in the 70s who got kidnapped by some like liberation front type of group that wore like fatigues and berets. And the whole thing that with her was they kidnapped her, she got brainwashed, whatever way you want to go with it. She starts dressing like them. There's like this infamous picture of her wearing a beret with the green, holding a machine gun. And it's just like this weird, totally American, wouldn't work anywhere else story. I like it because also after the whole thing ended, I guess, she became like a recluse, and then she started appearing in John Waters movies. I don't know how the fuck they became friends. I'm sure that it's in a book because he writes books all the time, or maybe she did. I'm sure the information is out there how they became friends, but whatever. See, like with Patty Hearst, it's like, okay, imagine you're a female white girl who's technically been kidnapped. I think even people are like kidnapped. Who's been kidnapped. You are going to get to play a little dress up, hold a machine gun, and rob a bank. Robbing a bank is like my favorite crime. So if basically it's like, look, you can try to rob this bank or rob it or whatever, zero consequences. Would you do it? Fuck yes. It's an interesting story. So whenever I see a white woman with a beret, I always think of Patty Hearst. So I don't know if that's what they're going for here. And we have this woman here who is a killer. She's an assassin, but she's got to bring baby along. She's got a mochila de baby, and you don't want to turn around the other way. Well, this must be cramped for babies because they normally have the legs hanging out. But you want your baby to see all the murder. You need it. And then we have this just fucking... Like, if you went to a kindergarten and you're like, draw an assassin, they'd be like, okay, there's the color here, and then the ponytail coming on, but a sword? And then we got these people. Okay, let me ask you it. Are these men or women? Look real hard. Look real hard, guys. Remember, it's called Assassinistas. You're still wrong. These are men. Now, if I'm going by Spanish grammar rules, this needs to be Assassinistas, or just Assassinos. Because in Spanish grammar rules, you could have 1,000 women. If you got one guy, you have to use the masculine. That's just the rules of the language. So, and then look at this. They have these insane amount of eyelashes. DSL's got this earring. Like, isn't this how, like, SJWs and Marvel, they draw women now? These are supposed to be men. And it's like, what are they even doing on the cover? This makes sense to me in theory because they're doing assassin things. And then this guy's like, I'll have another Cosmo. And then it's like, me too, man. Just, it's so, I hate this. I don't even think I hate it. I just don't even, it makes me question my reality. Because, like, I'm touching it. I can feel the paper. But it makes me question everything that's real. Okay, so let's just get into this. Okay, we start the scene. Oh, is that blood? Could it be blood? No, it's just some skank dyeing her hair. And then, oh god, dude, this comic, it draws so many people in profile. Now, for a long time, I just didn't even try to draw people because I thought I was just never going to be able to do it. And then a couple of years ago, I was like, fuck it, I have to try because I got ideas. And you have to push yourself to do things that aren't comfortable, you know what I'm saying? To get better at. Also, look at this shit. Look at this fucking logo. Oh, you know what kids like? Reading. Swords. Ooh, definitely. Snipers, yes. And a nondescript controller for whatever system that Dollar General sells. And I guess a triangle because, pussies. But the thing what I'm saying is, drawing in profile is so much easier than drawing an entire face. This isn't even like comic art. This isn't even like a style of illustration. I just think it's like just not good. And see, the thing with faces is, I've learned from drawing is, the key thing with faces is everything has to be in relation to each other correctly to look like the person, really. Like, the eyebrows have to be the spacing right, the space between the eyebrows and the eyes, the nose. If you can get all the spacing right, even if it's not exactly, but if you can get the spacing right and the eyebrows and the eyes sort of there, it'll look like the person. But when you do in a profile, everything's in relation to this line here. And you only have to draw half of it. So it's so much easier to draw this than it would be to draw a face from the front if you're really trying. And they use the profile. It's not dynamic at all for comics. It's not in a good angle for comics at all. Like, in the How to Draw the Marvel way, it's like 3/4 view is more dynamic than side view at all. So it's whatever. So God, I'm going to talk about this comic for like 45 minutes. So she's drying her hair because this, and then we say, y'all woke me up. It's like, nice aim, Charlotte. You're not even wearing your glasses. You guys are in a tiny ass motel room. She holds up a gun. It would be impressive if she wasn't aiming at you somehow. But even in this, they're in the bathroom. She's in, like, the actual room part of it. So how is she aiming at you pointing this way? And you're not even looking. You're, like, side-eye looking through the sight. What? Is she bending bullets? What the fuck's going on here? It's just like, what the fuck? And I think like this whole part of like being in a shitty hotel, being assassins, it's like this thing, it has like an appeal for scumbags. Which I think I have a little bit of that, and I recognize it for what it is. It's like, I prefer Waffle House to IHOP. I know IHOP is shittier. I think the hash browns are better, because IHOP doesn't know how to make fucking hash browns. But I don't really eat fried fries anymore. But it's like, there's this appeal, I think, of people, I'm 26, of like, my generation. It's like why we watch Always Sunny. It's like, we like scumbag shit. We like stuff that is gross, like dyeing your hair in a shitty motel bathroom. And I think it's partly because, like, it's like why people like dive bars. It's like, oh man, it's shitty, it's so cool. Or it's the other side of it is, we have no money, everyone's broke, So we have to engage in things that are less, so we're gonna act like they're cool. So it's got this weird, like, appeal to scumbags sort of thing. And it's just... And look, there's some panels that don't even have a background at all. And it's like this profile again, and like, oh, she's chugging wine, that's cool. And they're doing all this girl stuff in the bathroom. You'll never catch me in the bathroom with another girl. It's not gonna fucking happen. I don't understand it. Speaking of which, we eating before this job? Waffles! This is a thing that I don't watch a lot of, like, mainstream. Yeah, I'm too cool for that. But, like, sitcoms and stuff, but I feel like that's a thing. And maybe it's just a thing for younger people. It's like, I don't think I've ever been like that, where it's like, dude, we should get some tacos. Taco! Like, just substitute waffles with any sort of food. Maybe this is why everyone's so fat as shit. They just get super excited about food. It's like, it's just food. There are more interesting things going on, and just being like, yeah, cook. Like, whenever fat girls get together, they're like, let's get ice cream. And they're like, ice cream. It's like, calm the fuck down. Also, this chick says, waffles it is. You ready? My Assassinistas? Say mis Assassinistas. Say mis. Why is this? I don't know why this is called Assassinistas. None of these people are Spanish. None of them. And nobody, I don't even think they use any Spanglish Spanish in this. And then we see, this is their big debut of being assassins. Let's crack some fucking skulls. Can you focus? Normally when I say focus, it focuses. You're not gonna do it? Okay, well, alright, there we go. Let's crack some fucking skulls. That's another just, like, scumbag appeal. Like, dude, I cuss, but I rein it in. And look at these people. They're ostensibly skilling people. She's named Scarlet, even though, you know, nothing about her is red. This one's called Red October because, I don't know, she's a big Jack Ryan fan, is that it? And this one's called Blood because reasons. And we see people running in terror. How did they shoot these out? I don't know. Do you know assassins who go out in broad daylight and just shoot everywhere? That's cool. That's very cool, dude. Don't even worry about it. So we cut to a lot of years later. Red October is now selling kidnapping insurance. And this is Blondie, Scarlet. Look at how shitty. Look at this. More profiles. More profiles. Look how shitty just everything looks. Just looks so shitty. Look at this kid's face. You said you're insurance. I am. Kidnapping insurance? What the fuck? What is that? What is this? Okay. Now, I got this other, what is it? Black Crown? What is this shit? Black Crown comic called Kid Lobotomy, and ooh man, it's better than this, but I mean, bar's pretty low. It has a letter from the writer of this. Again, probably a pseudonym, because why would you put your name on this? And she, the writer of this, says that her mom worked as a kidnapping insurance agent, which means her mom was some sort of whore, or go-go dancer, or prostitute, or just all-around bad mom who lied to her kid about what she did. Because kidnapping insurance, no way that's a fucking thing. Doesn't make any sense. Kidnapping insurance, you get insurance for things that inherently have value. Kids don't have value. Sorry to break it to you guys, but unless your kid's like a child actor like Macaulay Culkin or insert modern day reference here, they don't make money. So why would you get money if they get kidnapped? And how is that not a scam anyway? It's like, oh yeah, my kid got kidnapped. We don't know if we're going to get him back, so I'm going to need like $10 million. No, this is for life insurance. If your kid gets kidnapped, they're probably going to die. They probably got raped to death in a dungeon. Oh yeah, that story just came out about those people who kept their kids like chained up, and the dad has like a bowl cut hair. But it's like kidnapping insurance doesn't make any sense. The company only loses because you could just fake kidnappings all the time. And it's like, oh, your kid was kidnapped for 15 weeks. Here's $10 million. Kids don't make money. So you're not losing money. Yeah, losing a child is probably not great. But you're not going into the red because your kid got kidnapped. So it's like, what the fuck? So she's like, I want kidnapping insurance because I'm pregnant. This kid, somebody's going to kidnap this demon right here whose pupils, I think he's blind, right? And she just did pinpricks of Sharpies to make it less. So Red October's like, my clients are upper middle class paranoids who seem to think their children are, for some reason, a keen target for kidnapping. Way to sell it. Way to sell your business. And she's like, but Kyler, he's my world. Fuck that. Can we stop with this combining of names? I don't even know what that's a combination of. Kyler, Tyler, and a random letter from the alphabet. That's the combination here. She's like, ugh. So she's like, I get it, you're pregnant. The only thing that's been in your laser sights lately is finding gluten on food label. This is good. This is good. So, I gotta skip some pages, but I would really love to just show every single pages. But, so, Scarlett's like, look, I want kidnapping insurance. So she says to Red October, I know money's been tight. I want to help you. So Red October goes into her car and she's like, I'm so glad you and media consultant Brian can help me in my time of need. Charlotte, you're a salesman. You just made a sale. What the fuck? Don't most salesmen or whatever, Girl Scouts, you know, they go at their family and stuff, friends, because that's guaranteed money. Why are you being in my time of need? You just made a sale. I assume you work off commissions. So, your friend just helped you. What the hell? Oh, fuck, dude. Jesus. I'm not even, look at all these pages that are left. I'm not even, this is going to be like an 85-minute video. So, her son calls him, and you see, oh, he's got a hand on his stomach, and he's shirtless. So he wants to know if his tuition is going to be paid. She's like, yeah, I just got a client. It'll help you get. So why are you being a bitch over here when you were like this close from not being able to pay your son's tuition in my time of need? What the come on, she only helped you. Ugh. So he's biting his lip and you see hands. So he's like, she's like, have I ever let you down before? Excuse me, you always had food and you always had a roof, and it may have been Happy Meals in a van, but you always had it. This is some like single mom bullshit that's everywhere always. Ugh. So you see this. I like Happy Meals, Mom, but you weren't making Happy Meal money icing bad guys when I was eating them. Oh, it's a person talking with a dick in their mouth. Who's that, Dominic Price? You got a girlfriend already? Uh-huh, yup. Why is she still on the phone with him if she thinks he's getting blown? You hear a voice. You're talking to somebody. You hear like a mouthful of something, and you go, you got a girlfriend? He's like, yeah. And he sounds like he's got lines on his cheeks. So why would you continue talking? Oh, here, you ready for this? You ready for this big ass reveal here? Baby, you there? He throws it, and you find out, oh, it's a guy, and it's like, you know what? The only way I can come is if my mom hears me getting blown. It's the only way I can, like, shoot my load is if I hear my mom's voice, and then it is like, oh, God, it just pushes me right over the edge. I can only get off by hearing the sound of my mom's voice. Now, that's just me. I mean, you know, whatever. Now, I think what this is supposed to be is supposed to be fucking edgy and in your face of, hey, this guy, well, his dick is literally way, way, way down between his legs. I feel like it should be a little higher, but whatever. This thing is trying to be edgy of, look, this is a guy, and he's getting blown by another guy while talking on the phone to his mom. Yeah, that's a thing that's happened in like a billion all those like Judd Apatow movies or whatever. Isn't there always something? I've seen like one of them where somebody's doing something sexual while talking on the phone. That's not even an edgy thing. It's a thing that happens in movies. It's it's borderline a trope at this point. So you're just trying to be edgy of, oh, it's a gay guy. It's gay guys. So it's not even edgy, and it's just fucking dumb. So it's like, oh man, it's well, what? Who's supposed to identify with this? Like, our dudes aren't reading this, and women aren't reading this. I don't know who this is for. Of who can identify with, like, you know, when you getting your dick sucked, and like your mom, you call her to ask about tuition. You couldn't wait 5 minutes. You like hearing your mom while your dick gets sucked? What the fuck is this? We cut back to Scarlett's house, and guess what? This lady from the cover of like a Happy Meals villain breaks in, steals Kyler, because who gives a shit? And then we cut right back to then, and it's like, hey, we're at the skating rink. Here's this mustachio guy. Look at this. We got a profile right there. 2 profiles right there. Who's like, hey, I came to get my skates. And it's weapons, I guess, you know. And we see this. See them, and it's actually they're skating, because you're going to skating rink. Why wouldn't you even like skate? What the fuck is up with people with SJWs and roller skating? Got that comic like Slam, and then aren't there other? I think DNC's had some other comics where they're always like going to the skating rink. What is the connection there? What is the connection between just like stupid fucking women and roller skating? I don't understand. It's ruining my nostalgia for roller skating when I was a kid, of like roller skating limbo and hearing bad music while going around in a circle. And it's just like, why do they take that? They can have roller derby. Nobody gives a shit about that. But don't take regular roller skating. People enjoy that sometimes. Look, look at all these disco balls. Oh man, this I just remembered something. So, in the beginning, right here, I have to say this or it'll haunt me forever. It's like, yeah, they let us store our weapons in the dumpsters. Okay, yeah, put your black market $1,000 whatever weaponry in a Waffle Hut dumpster. You deserve sticky weapons, you dumb bitches. What the fuck? You're not even good assassins. You're not even good assassins. No, I'm trying to get back to where we were. Ugh. Very professional. They get their weapons at the thing. I think this is supposed to be her kid's father. Again, he's in profile, and he's got, what is this shirt? He's very slender. This guy is the hero. This is the hero we need. Give me a comic about this guy back here. He's the real OG. Did he land that? Is this how he skates? Cool. So, look at this ugly ass face. There's like a specific girl from my elementary that everyone hated, and this is what she looked like, but fatter. So, fuck, dude. It's just like, ugh. I needed to take a fucking Prozac after I read this. He's like, Kyler's gone, there's fucking Blood Diamond, Jagger, come on, babe, breathe. Like, they haven't seen each other in like 5 years. Don't call each other babe, what the fuck? So, of course, Blondie's like, do you think I'm fucking stupid? I swear to God, Octavia, if I wasn't 6 months pregnant. It's like, well, I think you might be, like, about to pop. She's like, no, I didn't do this. He's like, do you think, whatever. She's like, yeah, here it is. You tell me. You show up at my house and ask for money to protect my kid, and then he's gone the same night with a fucking blood diamond dagger in his place. This cussing is not as bad to me just because if your kid gets stolen, whatever. And also, look at this. Hey, you know how, like, when you're pregnant and the bottom of you just forms a square that fits perfectly under your shirt? And look at his skinny-ass arms. What is this? This isn't good. This isn't drawing. So we cut back to the university, and you find out that the gay son, she didn't pay his tuition in between him being in post-bloatal joy. God damn it. So he calls his mom, and he's griping at her. He's like, Mom, why didn't you pay my tuition? What the fuck? He's like, come on. Mama, why did you do this? He literally says, like, calls her mama, which is, like, if you're even approaching college, you gotta cut that shit out, for real. So, she's like, look, something came up, you just have to take this semester off, I'm sorry. And they reference how she wanted to pay for his college so she didn't have to get loans. So he didn't have to get loans. Oh god, that shit is... Student loans are too real, so I understand that. But if she's an assassin, like, the assassins are supposed to be getting paid. I don't know. I don't know. So she's like, look, just come home, you help me with this, and you'll never have to worry about tuition again or anything else for a few years if you're smart with the money. What is that? How does that even translate to this? How does that even work? Okay, you're a kidnapping insurance agent. Maybe, unless you're a fucking liar. A kid gets kidnapped. Your job is to retrieve him. How does that translate to essentially millions and millions so you don't have to worry about money for a long ass time? That's just you doing your job. I don't think you would get more money for... I'm trying to work out the logic of this, and just look how poorly everything's drawn. Nobody has any weights. Everything's flat as shit. These colors are whack. There's no shading. Everything's one color, like it's some really bad illustration. Look at this. What the fuck is this? What are these faces? Look at this hand. Where's your thumb, dude? You're feeding him a fry? What is this? Would you like to suck on this fry in your time of need? Here it is again. Please take this fry. And so this guy, they've only been dating for like X amount of months. And he's like, look, I'll take this semester off with you. My mom is an assassin. While having a blow-up doll expression, these faces are like the size of dimes. I've seen real artists be able to draw real faces the size of dimes. You see this white chick walk by and he's like, ha, play, practice, move along. People, this happens in like TV shows. Nobody gives a shit about your conversation that's going on. And if you say my mom was an assassin, no one's gonna blink a fucking eye. It's like, that is amazing. That you told someone to move along? Cool. Oh, also she's in profile. She's in profile. He's in profile. He's in profile. Take a sip every time you see someone in profile and you'll be fucking dead. I'm serious. If you'd said it was your dad, that'd be less cool. But your mom? How is that cooler? How is your mom being the assassin cooler than a dad being an assassin? Because moms aren't typically assassins? Women are automatically better at every single thing? Statistically, I think men have the numbers on killing. If we're going to count wars and stuff, but whatever. Look, got a profile. Profile right here. This is fucking huge. This is like the size of my fist. Almost. It's like, look. It's not like a video game. We'll be living in the house of a woman who has killed people, running errands for a woman who kills people. I spent my childhood hoping some crazy person wouldn't torture me to get to my mom. Okay, that makes sense. He's like, I know, and I don't want you to have to go on. I like you a lot. Look at this flat. I'm going through this book. It's about how to draw the human figure, and it specifically states it does like arms, legs. It goes through the portions of the body, and it's like, look, the arms are never flat. It's made up of contours. That's what makes it realistic. What is this? It's just like straight lines. No bicep, no tricep, no nothing. His mohawk is receding now. What is this? I don't even think the human body is capable of doing that with its arms. What is that? And look at this, both profiles, all this open space. These buildings are supposed to be far away, but they look like they could be decorative benches. It's like, let me come with you. God, this is stupid. So, you see, he meets up with his mom. And, of course, Mohawk shows up and she's like, I thought you were bringing your girlfriend. And you have like a second of tension of, oh, she's not going to be cool. But then she's cool. This is Taylor. Oh. I mean, I need to know some things. Southern black lady face on. Like, this, it literally says like. I know I say like, and I'm trying to tamp down on it. But she says like, will this fit you? Work starts tonight. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Looking at each other in profile, holding a bulletproof vest. What did you think was going to happen? Okay, this is stupid. Now, I want to read from the back sass. Alright, so this is supposedly from the author, even though I don't know if a human being actually wrote this. But it's, kind of sad, kind of too real. Fuck. Okay, let's go. As I write this, it is just after midnight on my 32nd birthday, a fact that is simultaneously a point of pride, and, well, not quite shame, but not pride either. Okay, you're supposed to be a writer. I feel like you should be knowing the words, or have access to a thesaurus so you can properly express your feelings. Oh, God, this shit. This is why I think I've been putting this off because I knew this shit was firing me up. There's a lot I thought I would have by the age of 32 that I do not have. A home, the sort of baby that doesn't have fur. I can't even afford one of those fancy hairless coats, much less a human baby. Okay. There's a lot I do have that I never expected. A job writing comics. Multiple jobs writing comics. A book with an Eisner Hall of Famer. One of the industry's most legendary, notorious, amazing editors. Fucking whatever. Whatever. Apparently being a comic writer means nothing these days, so whatever. The fact that you have multiple ones. And the Eisner Awards, I haven't kept up with the awards of comics. But what I've basically been seeing, because of DNC, it's got me interested in what's going on in the comic industry right now. They'll hand these Eisner Awards out to fucking anybody. America just won like a bunch of awards and she's canceled and she's garbage, so whatever. So she's talking about the lives that we're living are drastically different from the lives our parents lived. Something that is the core of Assassinistas in a lot of ways. What? I think a lot about my mom's life compared to mine. She had me at 20. I did other things with my 20s. What other things? What? I didn't have a baby at 20. This book is a love letter to that, to the fourth dimensional space that occupies the gulf between her choices and mine, and the infinite possibilities between. There are no more possibilities for 20-year-old, your mom and 20-year-old you. You're 32. The possibilities are gone, dude. Can you imagine, right? To and for the women and parents who have ever felt judged for our choices about our bodies. Always, always with this. Our children, our lives, and the lives we may or may not make. You want to have a baby. You previously said you want to have a baby. Let's crack some skulls. Let's blow some minds. What the fuck? What did you blow my mind? That you had a dude suck another guy's dick? That's supposed to blow my mind? The fact that he blew his load into another person of the same gender? Can you imagine being like, hey mom, I got a job writing comics. Look, I know it's not what you wanted for me, but I like it. It's what I want to do. I definitely read a lot of comics, so that's fine. Mom, this is for you. Your mom would instantly fucking kill herself, or kill you in some sort of murder-suicide. Now this comic, I'm thinking about getting this framed, because this comic is truly an inspiration to me. You're like, Lindsay, what are you fucking talking about? You hated this thing. Nobody watched this entire video because it's going on forever, but I just have to get it all out because it's been festering in my noodle for a while. This comic subverts everything I know about comics, okay? So growing up, get comics at the grocery store. What do you have to do to get to be in comics? You have to be able to write. You have to be able to draw. These are things that I knew as a kid, then got rid of that information, just kept it subconsciously. Now I'm getting into be like, yo, I love comics. I think I want to do this. Or just for a hobby, I don't want to try, right? No harm in trying. But I have to get better at drawing. Doing that. I have to first even begin to write and then get good at writing. This comic subverts everything I know about it. You don't have to be able to write. You don't have to have a good story. You don't have to have good characters. You don't have to have good art. You don't have to do fucking anything. It's an inspiration. This comic is an inspiration.